Welcome everybody to the Daily Dose. My name is Teddy Moore. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. And spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the last episode of Game of Thrones, first of all, fam, you should get to it. Do that instead of doing this, but then come back and do this. So spoiler alert, only one person last week had the right prediction of what was going to happen on the series finale. Let me take y'all back real quick to last week.
Oh, Brand.
Oh,
Brand?
bro.
Yo, man, nah.
He's like, I didn't even hear shit like
Brad sleeps somewhere.
Brand, like,
Brad, okay.
what y'all talking about?
If you guys are saying John doesn't want it, Brad's been not wanting
Brand's
shit.
like the puppet master in the
Nah,
background.
but Sansa, we all know that Sansa wanted to rule. She wanted to be a lady.
She's
so,
always wanted to be
that,
queen.
Damn it, Vin. Same mindset.
yeah.
Find out.
Let us know down below. How do you think it will end, or who will sit on the Iron Throne? We're gonna revisit on Monday. So George was right. A Tribe Called Hip Hop. Even though that was like your second prediction, but you still were right. I felt bad because we kind of laughed George off.
Yeah, you did a little bit.
So it's yours. The floor is yours. Why did you say Bran?
I felt like Bran was the wild card choice, and like they had just kind of stashed him away in the previous few seasons. He wasn't doing anything, but he was kind of playing puppet master and kind of seeing the future. We don't know if he can see the future or not. So I felt like he was the one that was going to do it. And they asked him, like, why are you here? He's like, why else would I be here?
Why else would I be here?
You know?
I got to give credit to my man Bo, because after we filmed, you said it could be Bran. What was your mindset behind that?
Man, I just been seeing everything he's been doing through the past like couple seasons, becoming the three-eyed raven, and I felt like it was too obvious for Jon to become king or Daenerys to become queen, and I knew that the only other option that made the most sense was gonna be Bran, especially with like all these fucking Professor X superpowers he's gotten. So I knew it had to be him, but
damn, did we like that? Or should we just talk about the first thing first? Like, should we talk about Daenerys? Let's go into Daenerys first, right?
Yeah.
She died, dog.
See, I thought that was going to be too on the nose for Jon Snow to kill her.
Yeah.
You know, but I felt it was appropriate and right, you know, for that to happen.
Yeah.
But in going back to our last talk about that whole situation, I felt like it was almost going to be too on the nose. So, but I liked it.
Yeah.
Let me get that out of the way. I overall enjoyed that episode. I enjoyed how they wrapped up the season.
Okay.
I know there's a lot of people out there that are really, I mean, what have they got, like 1 million petitions online?
Yeah.
You know what? Please just shut up. You know what I mean? And sit back, relax. I know y'all are rewriting stuff, but it's like, shut the fuck up.
He's referring to the petition going around from super fans to redo season 8, which is like, fam,
like,
you know how much
people
money
want to redo that Star Wars movie too.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
This proves you can make no one happy. This is like the greatest show in the history of shows, and still there are so sour people out there.
Season 8 was kind of, I mean, it was great. Cinematography is beautiful,
Yeah.
but there's no way to please everybody. You can't keep the hype up for 80 years. Becca, I want to ask you a question. You think they killed Dany too early at the start of this episode?
I mean, I honestly was not expecting that so quick. I'd have to say, like, besides him killing her off, and I'm like, damn, she went down like that easy, you know? What really stuck with me was when her dragon was moving her dead body. I was like, damn, that shit sucks so bad. I was like, yeah, legit. I was so taken aback by that. But yeah, I kind of felt like it was just like a little too easy. Like, I don't know.
They hyped her up.
And they set it up good though. When Jon Snow's talking to Tyrion, and he said, "Love is the death of duty," right?
Yeah.
And then Tyrion's like, "No, duty is the death of love," and that's, to do his duty to the Seven Kingdoms, he had to kill the love of his life, which is still weird because that's his aunt. So,
Yeah.
but like,
I don't want to sound like a super nerd, but it's just like, man, for 8 seasons or 7 seasons, we saw her built up as like this larger than life, you know, being. And yeah, she went kind of evil, but I just thought like her along with Cersei's ending could have been a lot stronger, you know? Not to be like a super fan thing like that, but I mean, like, it's just, it happened really quick. And then I wish, I mean, I don't know, D, how you feel about this, man?
man, I didn't want Robb Stark to die. I thought my boy had a beautiful arc coming up, and they took him away out of nowhere, and that's not what I wanted to happen, but I had to accept it, you know, because they built his character up beautifully. Like, who else was going through into the wars fighting with direwolves like Rob was?
But even so, it's
Goddamn
like,
Red Wedding.
even so, I still feel like his death was so like, wow. Like, I was so taken aback by that. He went out like a G. Everybody else was just kind of like, oh, like, let me just have dust and rocks fall on me. And then, like, let me just get a quick knife to the heart. Like, what? I wanted to see these bitches, like, bleed out. Like, legit. Like,
I think that's a shout out to the writers. So I think everyone knew that was gonna happen. So they said, nah, we're gonna just do it like that. And
yeah,
like,
true.
that's the writers being clever, you know? Because like they the whole season, the whole series, we never got what we wanted. Except for my man who directed Brad on the throne. But all the rest of us, like, never got what we wanted.
Did you guys think that Tyrion was gonna get got?
I thought so.
Nah.
Like, nah.
I didn't think he was gonna get killed.
Hey, hold on real quick. I want to take y'all back because you guys said, I hope Tyrion pushes her ass.
Remember?
And she was by the top
for
of
a
the
split
stairs.
second, I thought he was going to take the hand shit and stab her in the Achilles or something, or slice her up because
Bite her ankle?
for a split second. You know
I
what I mean?
said that
Like,
joke, bro. I would have passed out. Just,
I really, really wanted to see a Grey Worm Jon Snow fade.
we didn't
Like,
get that either.
Shout out to the last episode. Like, it set up so many things that never happened. Like, Arya was nothing. She just left.
What was the purpose of the White Horse, fam?
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I
no
know,
purpose.
he, like,
I mean, my deepest prediction last year, I went biblical.
I was bumping
Nothing.
Old Town Road the whole week. I replayed your clip. Nothing.
Teddy's like, I read the Bible for what?
Man, what else happened this episode? Off top, anybody want to like talk about the finale?
I was talking with Daniel, and my favorite part was when the dragon just burnt the throne.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was
Like,
dope.
cause it was mad symbolic. It was like, man, y'all motherfuckers
Over that.
killing each other over this bullshit. Watch this. This shit
Yeah.
don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? And you know, I love that part, and also too, obviously, how I felt like he sensed like I can't burn. He wanted to kill Jon Snow.
And I thought I was gonna be right.
But yeah, you almost
I
were.
was
But I
like,
think, you know,
dog.
he's smart. The dragons are smart. So he was like, I can't do that. So I got to go after what this evil in this world was. And it's this fucking throne that everybody wanted, but at the cost of what?
You guys
And
think?
high key, I feel like the dragon was the most woke out of all of them. Like, what the heck?
He
You
knew
know,
exactly
like,
what
he
was it.
knew. Yes. So, I don't
I
know.
low-key thought he was going to burn Jon. Jon was still going to be there.
Wait. You think so? You think the dragon knew like he couldn't burn Jon? He was like, oh, he's Targaryen because he could
I
smell
think
it, he could
so.
sniff it, he
Yeah.
could feel it, and then
I feel like.
I think the dragon had a much more awareness than we think of the exact type of situation that it was. I think he kind of understood everything, and he knew that I get why this happened. Fuck it. Fuck this throne shit. It don't mean as much as y'all think it means. Y'all tripping. And then, you know, he just fucking handled it and burned that shit. Yeah. So
Damn.
Sansa, though, man, seeing her grow into the fucking beautiful woman that she did, I got a lot of Catelyn Stark vibes from her in this last episode.
Oh,
it
towards the end,
really
yeah,
made
you're
up
right.
from when I had to watch her die. I was like, man, like I miss Catelyn Stark. I miss Ned Stark. But I'm happy their kids are doing well. Rest in
Yeah.
peace, Rickon. Rest in peace, Rob. But
And that's
man,
what I love too. How it began with the Stark family. How it all was birthed there, and how it ended. Like it was basically like how full circle. How they basically
For the most part,
ended
the
up.
pack survived.
You know, and that's a beautiful story. And
Yeah.
you know, every story has
Yeah.
a beginning, middle, and end. Obviously, this is 10 seasons or 8 seasons of that. But I liked how they brought it all home.
Yeah.
And then how they all went their separate ways, kind of deal.
there were a lot of things that didn't pay off, like you said, but then there were a lot that did. Like Daenerys' vision in the House of the Undying of her walking to the throne. I guess it did snow. I guess it wasn't ash, right? I guess it was snow,
Yeah.
right? Am I tripping?
Well, maybe a little bit of both.
Maybe-
There's just some dead bodies out there that was like crispy. There's like,
Yeah, a little bit of both, like a little
we
mix.
don't really know.
Except in the vision, she didn't touch the throne yesterday on the final episode. She did, so I thought, oh shit, maybe it's gonna change. But it's crazy because the last thing in her vision in the Undying, she didn't get to sit on the throne. She walked out to her dead husband and dead son, and that's right before she got killed in real life. I thought that was crazy. That's a good tie-in.
man, the music though in this last episode, the score for this last episode was incredible. Like I found myself singing along the whole way. That shit was amazing how they did that.
When Tyrion when he was in the rubble, when he was taking the,
that
and
was-
I was like, and how the
You see the hand just sticking
orchestra,
out, the
like the
gold
music,
band.
how it
Yeah.
built up, that was beautiful.
But also, if they would have moved a step to the right, they would have been alive. Did y'all see that?
Empty.
If you just would have went 3 inches to the right and you good, Cersei, you evil bastard.
But still, I feel like that scene too, like the cinematography, that scene in it of itself, like where they're shown kind of hugging and Jamie's like head is like on her chest and her like near her stomach. I was like, damn, the baby was right there.
Yeah.
One of my homies was like, what if the baby's still alive?
You know what else was right there?
Baby's like, hello?
You know what else was right there?
Hello?
The 2 water bottles. Did y'all see it?
Oh, again.
What are we
Happened
doing, bro?
again.
Starbucks cup.
What are we doing?
Happened again.
At least have the I don't know, whatever.
Don't edit it out again.
Did you guys like the time jump? Like the time jump? Did y'all catch that
Yeah.
time jump? Like from like when he killed Danny to like John
a
being
couple
in,
weeks past,
Yeah.
it seemed like.
and then at that council. Did you guys like the council? Did you guys like all
Yeah.
that?
Shout out my boy, Sam Charlie, you know, putting up democracy before everyone.
Democracy?
A little
He was
bit
woke,
like
bro. He's
500 years too early.
Yo, who's giving Grey Worm his lineups? Like, who's lining that man up? Because that man has a fresh lineup every episode. It's never dusty. He's the only one who's never looking dusty. His hair looks good.
And low-key,
So true.
I saw a bulge too. I'm just saying. I know you guys.
I was like,
probably
wait, you're
weren't
supposed to be
looking,
unsullied.
But I did
who?
see. Yeah, I was like, he's unsullied. Grey Worm had a bulge. I'm not gonna say I was looking, but I
ain't
was
gonna lie.
definitely looking.
My girl said that about Tyrion. I was like, what? She was like, you see Tyrion's bulge? I'm like, girl, we gotta talk about this after. What's
We
going
didn't
on?
watch the same episode.
Yeah. What kind of search words are you using?
What site did you use to watch the show?
And then okay,
How,
so
how
then,
was it like everybody was laughing at Sam when he made the remark like, well, why don't we have a democracy?
yeah.
And
And
they
they were
laughed
like,
him off.
ha, you're fucking hilarious.
Yeah, you're-
Everybody gets a vote. That's funny.
And what about the uncle? She was like, Sansa's like, Uncle, sit down. And he was just like,
Sit your ass
The
down.
sword bumped the chair too.
but then it chose Bran the Broken. I don't,
Brand the Broken, that's a fucked up ass name. I was like, yo, come on, yo.
I mean,
Like,
what if he was like, nah, just Brand's cool, guys. Brand's cool. Just Brand.
Or Bran the
Bran Stark.
Raven
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
else.
Come on,
Like
something
having
cooler.
to be called Bran the Broken every time. I mean, it is what it is.
And then
man,
Sansa
but-
put in his business out there like, yo, he can't have kids.
I know,
Hey, man,
right?
yo, chill.
he said it himself though. He said it before. He said, I can't be king of Winterfell. I can't have any
He
kids.
didn't want it. He didn't want it.
Guess no,
You
he
liar.
did
He
because he
did.
said, "Why you think I came down here, fool?" You think? But her thing was breaking the wheel so there wouldn't be any, this bad stuff happening, and the throne end up going to somebody who gets around on wheels. It's kind of crazy. Think about it, right? Break the wheel, but then he gets around on wheels. I thought that was kind of
so
crazy.
are we getting like, spin-offs and
Prequels. Like
It looked like they set up
Yeah.
Arya for a cool spinoff if she wants to do it.
I'd watch
where she's
that.
discovering
Me too.
what's past Westeros, you know?
Yeah. So we were horrible. We're gonna try to do this again sometime. Whenever something pops off, we're gonna try to get. Hopefully, we get better at these predictions because I think we,
yeah.
except for George. George is on some hip hop. I try to call hip hop. Like, yeah.
I'm better on my Bachelor predictions.
Oh my god.
Like what's gonna happen on Temptation Island. I'll tell you that coming up next in 15 minutes. But yeah, you guys overall give it a score. Give it a score. Why not? Nobody gives a fuck. Let's just give it a score.
I give it a 8 out of 10.
Damn. You got 2 mics, brother. What you need?
man, I'm gonna give it a 9 because I think this is the greatest TV show of all time.
Okay.
Wouldn't give it a 10 just because there was some issues. Season 6 remains the best season of the series, but I'm happy with the ending, so I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
I probably would give it like an 8.5. I really enjoyed it. I thought the last episode was a little too soft for my taste. I wanted a little more, action, a little more blood, but it is what it is, man. 8.5 is good. But best show ever, hands down.
Me personally, I felt like the last episode was more of an epilogue.
Oh,
You know what I mean? With her burning the city in that previous episode, I felt like that was like sort of the ultimate episode, and then this was just the aftermath.
Yeah,
So for me
true.
personally, I go 8.5 on the score.
Yeah. I agree with Daniel. I would go a 9, but I would give it a 9.5 only if Jon Snow could get a brothel up, because like Jon Snow, in my opinion, got fucked.
Yeah.
He was the good guy that finished last, and I was like, at least give him some prostitutes up there, please.
But,
Like,
well,
can he
also-
live?
Somehow
Like-
Wildling
like-
good.
He could have that though because he went off with the wildling, so he didn't
Yeah.
even stay at the wall. Ain't nothing
Yeah.
at the wall.
'Cause I was about
either.
to say, what they
Did you-
protecting anymore
Yeah,
anyway?
Did you
So-
notice that they went through the gates and there was? I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, like 2 feet over, there's no wall anymore. Like, did
I'm
we
just
forget-
gonna be a scumbag real quick and say I would give it a perfect 10 if they had been more Game of Thronesy and showed a little bit more Yiddies in this last season. Like that was
Yeah, go
that
all
was
out.
one of my favorite
Abs-
parts.
yeah,
Like
wrap
they did
it
it so
up.
elegantly.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they would introduce
Yeah.
a hot new character and just elegantly like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
reveal them.
Damn.
So
I missed that.
Yeah,
I missed
9,
that.
9.5.
We needed that
Definitely.
more,
I need
more
more.
Daenerys
How
frontal.
about bulges?
Damn.
What's up, Ted?
I don't know, guys. I don't want to be the Debbie
He's gonna
Downer
do
here.
it. He's gonna do it. Here comes that
The last
6.
episode I'm gonna get her 5.5.
Oh,
5.5. What was the point of making?
Yo.
Nah, I ain't signing nothing.
I know we had Simon Cowell with us today.
Hey,
dog.
only
Damn.
because I get it. Like, they just what's with the big deal about Jon being Targaryen? I get it. It created tension between him and Daenerys, but it's like you expected, like him being Targaryen, him being the rightful heir. You thought had to factor in some way somehow, other than just making her not trust him. And I thought maybe like, oh, she dead. Well, technically you are the last Targaryen. You should rule. And it didn't play that. He ended up back on the wall, and that's how it ends. Like, I'm just like, the hoopla and the hype about him being Targaryen, I thought would play a bigger factor at the end. And all it did was make her shook.
Yeah.
At the end, though, when they had the council of people deciding, how many of those people actually knew that backstory with him?
Oh,
Only
everybody,
his family.
because Varys sent
Varys
out.
was writing,
He
but
sent it out.
No, but he didn't send him out. No
didn't-
Ravens left.
I don't believe that.
No, but I feel like it was we're entering a different era as far as like that was like the ways of the old.
Targaryen
and
is
so
still
like
part of
this
the
was
wheel.
like a new game that they're basically trying to like like basically saying you don't need that blood like virtually that bloodline is not as important.
So I guess it makes sense in the story, but as a fan, as being invested,
Yeah.
I don't think the payoff was there. But we want to know what you think. What did you think about the series finale? And if you were upset about it, what was the most upsetting part about it? Let us know. Drop a comment down below. Y'all gonna miss Game of Thrones, man?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My Sundays are free now, though. Day parties, where you at?
Day parties. Line up the shots. Comment down below. This is the Daily Dose from the Power Fam. Peace.